My name is Daniel Thompson, and for 37 years, I served as a spiritual leader in a community church in Chicago. My life was ordinary, marked by the comforting rhythms of daily routines. Mornings began with the hum of the coffee maker and the soft creak of the wooden floor. Life was steady and familiar. I was raised in Springfield, Illinois, in a modest, faith-driven household. My father was a mechanic, my mother a part-time librarian. Sundays were sacred. We'd sit in the second pew, singing hymns with the congregation. From a young age, I felt a mysterious pull toward the divine, though I couldn't explain it. As I grew, that pull intensified. I joined seminary school, fueled by curiosity and devotion. Upon graduation, I became pastor at Grace Haven Community Church in Aurora, Illinois. The work was fulfilling, but a subtle restlessness remained. One autumn evening, I knelt in the empty sanctuary, whispering a prayer for clarity. "God," I asked, "what am I missing?" The silence that followed felt heavier than usual. Weeks later came the diagnosis: stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The word struck like a thunderbolt, leaving me reeling. The prognosis was grim, and life became a haze of treatments and prayers. Then came the night in the hospital that changed everything. The room was dim, the heart monitors beeping steady. As pain gripped my chest, darkness closed in, and I felt my heartbeat falter. Suddenly, an overwhelming silence replaced the sounds around me. I found myself floating above my body, watching doctors rush into the room. Fear gave way to peace as a tunnel of radiant light appeared before me. An invisible force pulled me toward it, and I moved without resistance. Voices from my past echoed softly. My mother's bedtime prayers, my father's church hymns. The light grew stronger, and an unshakable sense of anticipation filled me. Something awaited me beyond that light. Thank you for being part of our growing community. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like. And here's something special. Comment your name and city below, and we might give you a personal shout out in our next video. Imagine hearing your name shared with thousands of viewers, your moment to shine, and join this journey with us. The light grew stronger, enveloping me in a warmth unlike anything I'd ever known. It wasn't the heat of the sun or a fire. It was a living presence that embraced every hidden part of me. I moved effortlessly toward it, drawn by an invisible force beyond comprehension. Suddenly, the motion stopped. I stood on what seemed like a crystalline plane, shimmering like glass but solid beneath me. The air vibrated with a gentle hum, and the atmosphere was saturated with peace. From the mist ahead, a figure appeared, robed in white with eyes that seemed to see straight into my soul. "Daniel," the figure said softly, "you have been brought here to witness, to understand, and to prepare." "Why me?" I thought. "Because your heart has sought truth beyond tradition," came the response. The landscape shifted to show me Earth from above. Cities, people, and lives intertwined by invisible threads. The vision narrowed to a desert with an ancient stone structure, partially buried in the sand. "Here lies the foundation of a great deception," the figure explained. "But the truth is rising." The scene changed again. People gathering in homes and fields, praying together with urgency. A voice echoed through the vision. "The awakening has begun." The figure placed a hand on my shoulder. "Stand firm," it said. "The journey has just begun." The light faded, and I was pulled back through the tunnel. The sounds of the hospital room returned. The heart monitors beep, voices of nurses, Emily's voice calling my name. I opened my eyes and saw her tearful face above me. "You're back," she whispered. "Thank you for staying with us through this journey." If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And remember, comment your name and city for a chance to get a personal shout out in our next video. We'd love to recognize you in this growing community. The sensation of being pulled through the tunnel was surreal. I hovered above a glowing crystalline plane, the surface shimmering like glass. The air was alive with a gentle hum, and the peace was indescribable. Ahead, a robed figure emerged from the mist. The figure's eyes, deep and knowing, met mine. "Daniel," it said, "you have sought truth beyond tradition. Now you will witness what has been hidden." The plane transformed into a vision of Earth from above. Invisible threads connected people across cities and continents. Then the focus narrowed to a desert landscape. There stood an ancient, partially buried stone structure. "This is where deception took root," the figure explained. "But truth will soon be revealed." The vision shifted again. Crowds of people gathered in homes and churches, praying with urgency. A celestial voice resonated. "The awakening is near." The figure placed a hand on my shoulder. "Share what you've seen," it said. "The journey is only beginning." The light dimmed, and I was pulled back into the hospital room. I opened my eyes to Emily's tearful face. "You're back," she whispered. "I have a mission," I rasped. "Thank you for following this journey with us. If this story has moved you, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And remember, comment your name and city for a chance to receive a personal shout-out in our next video. We value every one of you in this amazing community. The days after my release were a blur of contemplation and prayer. The vision had shaken me to my core, but it also left me with a mission I couldn't ignore. My thoughts returned repeatedly to the image of the ancient stone structure, the figure's words echoing. "Prepare your heart. The journey has only begun." Emily noticed my distraction. "You're different," she said one evening. "You're carrying something heavy." "I am," I admitted. "I need to share what I saw." That Sunday, I stood before the congregation and described the vision. I spoke of the garden, the figure, and the warning about the coming awakening. The sanctuary was silent as I concluded. This is not about fear, but preparation. The truth is being revealed. We must be ready. The response was overwhelming. People stayed after the service to share their own experiences of spiritual unrest. Messages flooded in from strangers who'd watched the live stream. Emily suggested we create a video to reach more people. We recorded in our living room, the worn Bible that had belonged to my grandfather between us. "If you felt a stirring in your heart," I said to the camera, "you're not alone. The Eternal One is calling us to prepare." The video's impact surpassed anything we imagined. Views skyrocketed. Comments poured in from people who'd had similar visions. A woman from Nashville wrote, "I saw the man in white too. He said to prepare, but resistance followed." An anonymous message read, "Stop spreading lies. There will be consequences." The fear was real, but so was the mission. One night, I awoke at 3:33 a.m. to a palpable presence in the room. A voice, familiar yet otherworldly, spoke softly. "Daniel, the time is short. Speak boldly." We recorded a second video the next day, addressing the rising wave of similar experiences. "This isn't about us," I said. "We share these messages because we believe they're meant for all of us. We don't make money from these videos. We do it because we care. If you believe in this mission, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community of seekers. And if this story touched you, comment AMM below to receive a blessing. Together, we can help more people prepare for the awakening." The morning after our video on the awakening, our phones were inundated with messages. People from all over the country shared stories of dreams, visions, and an inexplicable sense of urgency. "I've seen the man in white," wrote Clara from Portland. "He said to prepare." The pattern was undeniable. Across cities, states, and even continents, the same vision repeated itself. Emily and I sat at the kitchen table, sifting through the messages. "This isn't just our story," she said. "It's a movement." We organized a gathering at Grace Haven Community Church. The sanctuary overflowed with attendees, many of whom had traveled hours to be there. During the service, I recounted my experience. When I finished, a man in the back stood up. "What do we do?" he asked, voice trembling. "Pray," I answered, "and prepare your hearts for the truth." The following weeks were a whirlwind. We launched a video series, Awakening, Messages from Beyond, to explore the experiences being shared globally. The response was staggering. One evening, an unfamiliar Washington, D.C. number appeared on my phone. "Pastor Thompson," a voice asked. "I'm Agent Collins from a government research division. We'd like to discuss the phenomena you've been documenting." Curiosity mixed with apprehension. We arranged a meeting in Chicago. Inside a sterile federal office, Collins greeted me with a file of photographs. One image made my heart skip. The ancient stone structure from my vision. "We've documented similar sites worldwide," he said, and the man in white appears in multiple accounts. The pieces were converging. That night, Emily and I recorded another video. "The awakening is real," I said into the camera. "If you felt this call, you're not alone. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and join this community of seekers. We share these messages not for profit, but because we believe in the mission. And if this story resonates with you, leave a like and become part of our journey. Together, we can prepare for what lies ahead." The call from Agent Collins lingered in my mind. The government had been tracking the same visions, the same figure in white. The implications were staggering. Emily and I sat up late discussing it. "Do we trust them?" she asked. "I don't know," I admitted. "But the message we've been given isn't ours to hide." The meeting took place in a plain office building in downtown Chicago. Collins laid out photographs of stone structures across various deserts, all bearing the same symbols, he said, tapping the images, and each connected to visions of a man in white. The mission felt heavier than ever. We returned home and shared the new information with our online community. The response was immediate. More stories of similar dreams, more voices joining the call to prepare. That night, I awoke at 3:33 a.m., the air thick with an unseen presence. The voice returned. "The storm approaches. Stand firm. Speak boldly." The next day, we recorded a video titled "The Gathering Storm. What Comes Next?" I looked into the camera with newfound resolve. "The awakening is real and growing," I said. "The visions are consistent and the call is clear. The time to prepare is now." The comments poured in. "I've seen the storm in my dreams," wrote Angela from Denver. "The man in white told me to pray." But resistance grew. Anonymous threats arrived via email. "Stop this nonsense," one read. "You're misleading people." Fear gnawed at me, but faith anchored me. We pressed on, organizing an online prayer event. Over 40 countries participated, faces glowing with hope as we prayed together for clarity and strength. Later, Emily showed me a message from a viewer. "Your video brought me back to my faith," it said. "Thank you." We sat in silence, hearts full. "The storm is here," I whispered, "but so is the light." Thank you for being part of this mission. If this story has moved you, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. We create these videos not for profit, but out of a genuine calling. Your support helps us reach more hearts. Join our growing community, and together, we'll prepare for the journey ahead. The days following our video on The Gathering Storm were unlike anything we'd experienced before. Our inbox overflowed with messages from people across the world. They wrote about their own dreams, visions, and the stirring sense that something profound was on the horizon. "I had a dream of the man in white last night," wrote Sarah from Kansas City. "He told me to prepare my heart. I didn't understand until I saw your video." "Pastor Thompson," said John from Phoenix, "I've been feeling a pull to open my Bible again after years away. Your message reminded me of the hope I once knew." The awakening had begun, not as a grand, earth-shattering event, but as a quiet, persistent call resonating in hearts around the globe. Emily and I devoted ourselves fully to the mission. We set up live streams to answer questions, held virtual prayer gatherings, and connected with other leaders who had witnessed similar phenomena. The pattern was undeniable. Across languages, continents, and denominations, people were experiencing the same vision: a luminous figure in white, an ancient structure, and the call to prepare. But with this growth came resistance. Critical articles appeared online, dismissing us as fearmongers or spiritual conspiracists. Anonymous messages warned us to stop sharing the message. One particularly chilling email read, "Truth disrupts power. Stay silent or face the consequences." Fear gripped me for days. I felt the weight of responsibility pressing down harder than ever. But each time I considered retreating, I remembered the voice that had spoken so clearly in the night: "Stand firm. Speak boldly." One night, as I prayed for clarity, the vision returned. I found myself standing once more in the glowing crystalline garden. The air vibrated with the same celestial harmony I'd heard before. The robed figure appeared, eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and resolve. "The time draws near," the figure said. "The light will break through, but darkness will resist with increasing intensity. Do not falter. The seeds have been planted. The harvest is coming." I wanted to ask so many questions, but the figure raised a hand, and the garden dissolved into a vast, star-strewn void. Before me, I saw Earth, encircled by countless threads of light connecting people across oceans and borders. Yet beneath these threads slithered shadows, attempting to sever the connections. "Truth," the figure said, "is the light that binds souls to the Eternal One. Proclaim it without fear." The vision ended, leaving me breathless and trembling on the living room floor. Emily found me there and helped me to the couch. I recounted the vision, and we held hands, praying for strength. The next morning, we announced a global prayer event. "Wherever you are," I said in the video, "join us as we stand together in truth and love." This is a moment of unity, of awakening, and of preparation. The event drew participants from over 40 countries. We saw families gathered in living rooms, small groups meeting in churches, and individuals praying alone in dorm rooms and hospital beds. The man in white had appeared to thousands, and now those thousands were connecting, forming a community rooted in a shared spiritual experience. The culmination came when an elderly woman from Maine shared her story during the live stream. "I've prayed for decades for a sign that God's hand was still moving in our world," she said, voice cracking with emotion. "Now I know he never stopped. We just needed to listen." As the broadcast ended, I looked into the camera with renewed conviction. "The journey isn't over," I said. "It's only just begun. The awakening is here, and each of you is part of it. Keep your hearts open, your minds discerning, and your spirits anchored in truth." We ended the stream and sat in silence, the magnitude of the moment washing over us. The next morning, Emily showed me a message from Pastor Harris in Denver. The figure in white appeared to one of our youth leaders last night. He wrote, "Told her the storm is passing and the dawn is near." Tears filled my eyes. The message was spreading, the light pushing back against the encroaching darkness. We knew our work wasn't finished. The awakening would continue, and so would we. In the days that followed, the community grew beyond what we had imagined. People began organizing their own prayer gatherings, sharing testimonies of the figure in white appearing in their dreams. The presence of the awakening became undeniable. Our next video focused on the significance of the ancient structures that had appeared in so many visions. These structures, I explained, represent the distortion of truth throughout history. The symbols carved into the stones are messages for our time, reminders that light will always pierce through deception. The comments poured in. "I've seen that symbol in my dream," wrote Jacob from Ohio. "It was glowing on a stone tablet." "I found a similar pattern in my grandmother's old diary," said Lena from Vermont. She had a vision of a glowing figure telling her to prepare. We were witnessing the pieces of a vast puzzle coming together. One night, as Emily and I sat quietly on the porch, she turned to me. "What's next?" she asked softly. "We keep going," I said. "We share what we've seen. We help others prepare their hearts." She nodded, a gentle smile on her face. Together, the journey was far from over, but we walked forward with faith. Thank you for being part of this journey with us. If this story has touched your heart, we invite you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We don't earn any money from these videos. We share these messages because we believe in their importance. Your support helps us reach more hearts, and by subscribing, you become part of our growing community of seekers. And if you're ready to continue this journey with us, there's another video waiting for you. A revelation that could transform your perspective forever. Just click the video that's appearing on your screen now. We can't wait to walk with you through the next chapter of this extraordinary awakening. We are so grateful for every single person who stayed with us until the very end of this video. Your presence means more than words can express. We believe that each person who listens to these messages is part of this awakening, connected by an invisible thread of faith and hope. Please take a moment to share with us where you're watching from. Comment below with your name and city. We read every comment, and in our next video, we might mention your name and bless your city. Imagine hearing your name spoken out loud and knowing that you're part of something bigger, something profoundly special. We look forward to connecting with you all.